You have already been interrupting your daily activities because of that discomfort, persistent in the abdominal region. That feeling of tightening, burning or swelling, what seems to emerge without warning and resist conventional medicines. If you have more than 60 years and faces recurring abdominal pain, know that you are not alone. This problem affects approximately 35 to 40% of people in this age group, becoming not only a matter of physical discomfort, but a true, limiting quality of life and independence. The good news: the solution to this persistent discomfort may be much more close to what you imagine, directly on your plate. Recent research reveals amazing connections between certain food and gastrointestinal health, especially in the more mature body. In this article, we will explore 5 specific foods with scientifically proven properties to combat abdominal pain in people over 60. This is not cures, miraculous, but from food options with bioactive compounds that influence directly the physiological mechanisms of pain and digestive inflammation. Why do abdominal pain increase after 60 years? Before we dive into foods that can transform your digestive health, it is fundamental to understand why abdominal pain becomes more common with the advance from age. After 60 years, several factors contribute to the increase. This problem: reduced gastrointestinal motility, peristalsilism, intestinal movements becomes less efficient, leading to stasis and fermentation, decreased production of digestive enzymes and bile acids, making digestion difficult. Complete food changes in the intestinal microbiota, imbalances that promote inflammation and hypersensitivity, fragility of the intestinal barrier. The so-called porous intestine allows greater toxins to circulation. Side effects of medicines: many common drugs in the elderly irritate the digestive mucosa. Dr. Mariana Costa, gastroenterologist specializing in the elderly digestive health, explains abdominal pain in the elderly is often multifactorial and poorly diagnosed. Many professionals still treat only symptoms with antispasmodic and acid blockers when in fact they should investigate the underlying causes. The specific nutritional approach is drastically underused when it could be the first line of intervention. Mr. Roberto, 78, shares his experience. I suffered from abdominal pain almost daily. I had already done several exams and taken different medicines, but relief was always temporary. That's when I found a doctor who looked at my diet in detail. She suggested specific changes, including the introduction of certain foods. In a few weeks, I realized a difference that no medicines had managed to provide. Let's now know the 5 foods that can transform your digestive health and eliminate persistent abdominal pain. Food number 1, ginger, the digestive anti-inflammatory. Ginger heads our list for a convincing reason: it is possibly the most powerful digestive inflammatory found in nature. Rich in gingerols, shoguis, paradols and zingerone, this rhizome offers fast and lasting relief to multiple types of abdominal pain that affect people over 60 years. How ginger helps combat abdominal pain: powerful localized anti-inflammatory action. The active compounds of ginger inhibit specifically cyclin, COX and lipoxygenases in the digestive tract, reducing inflammation without the side effects of conventional anti-inflammatory drugs. Regulation of gastric motility, accelerates gastric emptying when necessary, relieving the feeling of fullness and reducing the chance of reflux. Carminative properties, reduces the formation of intestinal gases and facilitates its elimination, combating discomfort associated with abdominal distension. Natural antispasmodic effect, relaxes the smooth muscles of the intestine, relieving the frequent painful contractions in the elderly. A study published in the World Journal of Gastroenterology accompanied 126 adults over 65 who suffered from chronic abdominal pain from different origins. Participants who consumed 1 g of ginger powder 3 times a day for 6 weeks reported an average reduction of 63% in pain intensity, significant improvement, quality of life and decrease in the use of analgesic medicines. Dr. Ricardo Ferreira, specialist in herbal medicine applied to digestive disorders, explains the differential of ginger is its ability to act in multiple mechanisms of pain simultaneously. While most medicines have a single target, ginger acts on inflammation, muscle spasm, production of gases and visceral hypersensitivity. It's like having multiple medicines in one, without the adverse effects. Donamata, 82, shares her transformation. I had abdominal pain almost daily that doctors attributed to age. I took medicines that left me sleepy and with a dry mouth. My granddaughter, who is a nutritionist, suggested that I take fresh ginger tea 3 times a day. In the first weeks, I noticed that the episodes of pain were less intense. After 2 months, the pain practically disappeared. Today, I rarely have crises, and when I feel some discomfort, I immediately use ginger. How to incorporate ginger into the diet. Fresh ginger tea, the most effective form for immediate relief. Boil 2 to 3 slices of ginger in water for 10 minutes. Drink 3 times a day, preferably before meals. Ginger powder, 1/2 teaspoon 2 to 3 times a day, mixed in warm water or added to food. Direct chewing. For the elderly without dental problems, chew small pieces of fresh ginger provides rapid relief during pain seizures. Standardized capsules. For those who do not appreciate the taste or search greater accuracy in dosage, always under medical advice. Nutritionist Dr. Claudia Mendez suggests, for elderly with reflux associated with pain, abdominal, I recommend weaker ginger tea, brief infusion, and warm, never warm. For those with pain related to gases and distension, the most infusion, concentrated brings better results. Important tip: the effect of ginger is both immediate and cumulative. Use it regularly for prevention and slightly higher doses during acute crises of abdominal pain. Food number 2, papaya, the enzymatic digestive. Papaya represents a true digestive treasure for people with more 60 years old who suffer from abdominal pain. Rich in papain, chemopapain, fibers, soluble carotenoids and flavonoids, this fruit offers a unique set of benefits that acts directly on the most common abdominal pain mechanisms in elderly, as papaya helps combat abdominal pain. Potent proteolytic enzymes, papain and chemopapain help poorly digested proteins, often responsible for fermentative processes, painful in the gut. Specific anti-inflammatory properties, papaya carotenoids and flavonoids, reduce inflammation of the gastrointestinal mucosa, relieving the pain associated with irritation. Regulation of intestinal transit, its soluble and insoluble fibers in ideal proportion. Normalize traffic, slowing when too fast and accelerating when slow. Selective prebiotic effect, promotes the growth of beneficial bacteria that reduce visceral hypersensitivity and gas production. Research conducted by the University of Sao Paulo accompanied 89 adults, over 70 who suffered from recurring abdominal pain. Participants, who consumed 200 g of mature papaya daily for 45 days, average reduction of 58% in pain frequency, significant improvement in processes, digestive and decreased inflammatory intestinal markers. Dr. Fernando Costa, gastropediatrician and researcher in digestive functional nutrition, explains, papaya offers a comprehensive solution to the digestive system. Aged. With age, the production of enzymes decreases dramatically. Proteins, they are partially digested and cause discomfort. Papaya not only provides exogenous digestive enzymes, but also compounds that stimulate the production of endogenous enzymes. It's like giving the body both the fish and the fishing stick. Mr. Carlos, 75, shares his transformation. I suffered from abdominal pain after meals, especially when consumed meat or heavier foods. My gastroenterologist suggested that I eat papaya every day, preferably as the first morning meal. The difference was remarkable. In a few days, I could digest the food, and pain that before lasting hours practically disappeared. Today, I do not dispense with my daily papaya. How to incorporate papaya into the diet. Morning consumption, a 200 g portion, approximately 1/3 of a papaya. Medium, fasting every morning. After protein meals, small portion, 100 g, after protein-rich meals. To assist in digestion, green papaya in small quantities, for specific cases of pain related to hyperchlorhydria, excess stomach acid. Green papaya can be especially beneficial in controlled quantities. Dehydrated and ground seeds, the seeds, though bitter, have potent action. Antimicrobial and digestive, a pinch of ground seeds in juices or water can intensify the benefits. Nutritionist Dr. Paula Oliveira recommends, to maximize the benefits. Enzymatic, papaya should be consumed alone, preferably fasting, or at least 30 minutes before other meals. When used after meals, heavy as a digestive assistant, wait at least an hour after the meal. Important consideration, although rare, some people may have allergies to papain. Start with small portions and observe the body's reaction, especially if you have a history of food allergies. Food number 3, fennel, the natural antispasmodic. Fennel, Feniculum vulgare, far beyond a simple seasoning, represents a of the most effective resources for the relief of abdominal pain in people with more 60 years. Rich in anatol, ragol, cinchona and other essential oils as well as flavonoids and phytoestrogens, fennel offers a multifaceted approach to calm the irritated and inflamed digestive system, as fennel helps combat abdominal pain. Potent antispasmodic effect, essential oils, especially anethol, relax the smooth muscles of the gastrointestinal tract, relieving painful spasms and cramps. Advanced carminative properties, reduces gas formation in the intestine and facilitates its elimination without discomfort, attacking one of the main causes of pain. Abdominal in the elderly, stimulus to the balanced production of protective mucus, protects the gastric mucosa and intestinal against irritation, especially important for the elderly who use potentially irritating medications. Localized anti-inflammatory action, reduces inflammation of the digestive mucosa without effects. Unwanted systemic, a study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology evaluated 74 adults with more 65 years diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome and abdominal pain, recurring. Participants who consumed fennel tea, 2g of seeds in infusion 3 times a day for 28 days experienced an average reduction of 71% in the pain intensity, significant decrease in abdominal distension and improvement in quality of life. Dr. Luciana Ferreira, gastroenterologist specializing in digestive herbal medicine, explains, sweetworm acts similar to antispasmodic drugs prescribed for abdominal pain, such as scopolamine and hyoscine, but without side effects such as dry mouth, blurred vision and constipation. Your relaxing action on the digestive muscles is kind and progressive, providing relief without unbalanced other functions. Donor Teresa, 79, shares her experience. I suffered from intestinal cramps, frequent, especially after lunch. Had already tried several medicines that they made me sleepy and with other unpleasant effects. My doctor suggested, may I have fennel tea after meals? It was surprising as something so simple could make so much difference. Cramps have decreased significantly in first days. After a few weeks, I rarely felt that discomfort that before it was part of my daily routine. How to incorporate fennel into the diet. Traditional infusion, 1 to 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds in 250 milliliters of water, boiling, infusion for 5 to 10 minutes. Consume 2 to 3 times a day, preferably after meals. Direct seed chewing, for immediate relief, chew 1/2 teaspoon. Fennel seeds after meals. Culinary incorporation, add fresh fennel seeds or leaves to salads, soups and braised. Diluted essential oil, for severe cases, 1 drop of fennel essential oil in 1 tablespoon of olive oil, taken after meals, always under guidance. Professional, gastroenterologist Dr. Paulo Mendes suggests, for the elderly with abdominal pain related to reflux, I recommend the warm fennel tea, never hot, consumed in small sips after meals. For those who suffer from gases and distension, the most concentrated infusion is better taken between meals. Important tip, to enhance the effects, occasionally combine the fennel with chamomile or ginger in the same infusion, creating an anti-synergy, inflammatory and antispasmodic. Food number 4, kiwi, the full gastrointestinal regulator. Kiwi, far beyond a refreshing fruit, represents one of the most effective for abdominal pain in people over 60. Actinidine-rich, exclusive enzyme, specific soluble fibers, antioxidants and anticompounds. Inflammatory, kiwi offers a unique approach that balances multiple aspects of digestive function. How kiwi helps combat abdominal pain. Actinidine enzyme, this kiwi-exclusive protease optimizes protein digestion, complex that often cause discomfort in elderly with production. Reduced enzyme, fibers with bidirectional modulator, regulates intestinal transit in both directions, accelerating when slow, preventing painful constipation, and slowing down when too fast, preventing irritative diarrhea. Specialized prebiotics, selectively feeds intestinal bacteria associated with reduction of visceral sensitivity and abdominal pain. Non-inflammatory properties, reduces inflammation of the mucosa without irritating the digestive tract, unlike some anti-inflammatory foods that can be aggressive to the stomach. A research published in the Journal of Nutritional Science studied 61 adults with more than 68 years who suffered from chronic abdominal discomfort associated with constipation. participants who consumed 2 kiwis a day for 4 weeks showed 54% reduction in the intensity of abdominal pain, normalization of the intestinal transit, and significant improvement in biomarkers of intestinal inflammation. Dr. Helena Santos, gastroenterologist and researcher in functional nutrition, explains, kiwi is unique among the fruits for its full-acting profile in the system, digestive. Most digestive functional foods have a specific focus, or in enzymes or fiber, or in anti-inflammatory action. Kiwi operates in all these aspects simultaneously, creating a state of balance we call iiosis. Digestive. Mr. Antonio, 83, shares his transformation. I suffered from abdominal pain, frequent, alternating between constipation and diarrhea. My quality of life was very harmed. After reading about the benefits of kiwi, I started eating 2 a day, 1 fasting and 1 before bed. The difference was remarkable in the first week. After a month, the pains practically disappeared. Today, 6 months later, I keep my daily consumption of kiwi and I rarely have any discomfort. Digestive. How to incorporate kiwi into the diet. Fasting consumption. A barred, well-washed kiwi in fasting provides maximum enzymatic effect. Night consumption. A kiwi 30 minutes before bed optimizes its regulatory effect. At night, kiwi with shell. Most beneficial fibers and bioactive compounds are concentrated near the shell. If well washed, consume with bark enhancers. Benefits. Digestive smoothies. To enhance effects, combine kiwi with papaya and a little of ginger in a morning smoothie. Nutritionist Dr. Carlos Eduardo recommends, for the elderly with pain, predominantly related to constipation, night consumption is more effective. For those with post-home pain or related to poor digestion, consumption in fasting or 30 minutes before meals brings better results. Important consideration, because it contains proteolytic enzymes, some people may feel slightly burning in the mouth when consuming kiwi. In these cases, consume together with other foods or opt for the golden variety, which tends to be less acidic. Food number 5, natural yogurt with probiotics, the restorer of microbiota. Completing our list of transformative foods for abdominal pain after 60 years, we have the natural yogurt with living probiotics. Rich in specific cultures, such as Lactobacillus acidophilus, Bifidobacterium lactis, predigested proteins, calcium, bioavailable and bioactive compounds, natural yogurt offers an approach, fundamental to restore the balance of the intestinal microbiota, often committed to the elderly. How yogurt with probiotics helps combat abdominal pain. Restoration of protective microbiota. Rechinologists, the gut with beneficial bacteria that reduce inflammation and visceral sensitivity, often increased in elderly. Easy digestion proteins. During fermentation, milk proteins are partially predigested, reducing digestive work and potential for fermentations. Painful. Local production of anti-inflammatory substances. Probiotic bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids that nourish intestinal cells and reduce the local inflammation. Modulation of intestine-brain communication positively influences the intestinal axis. Brain, reducing hypersensitivity to signs of pain from the digestive. A study published in the American Journal of Gastroenterology accompanied 108 adults over 65 years old diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome. THE group that consumed 200 g of natural yogurt with specific probiotics daily for 12 weeks showed 63% reduction in the intensity of abdominal pain, normalization of evacuating frequency, and significant improvement in quality of life. Dr. Roberto Silva, an intestinal microbiota specialist, and his relationship with diseases inflammatory, explains, abdominal pain in the elderly often has roots in the dysbiosis and imbalance of the intestinal microbiota that increases permeability, inflammation, and sensitivity. Yogurt with specific probiotics not only provides beneficial microorganisms but creates an intestinal environment that favors its implementation and proliferation, re-establishing the lost balance. Donna Lourdes, 76, shares her experience. I suffered from abdominal pain, constant, who worsened especially after meals. I had already tried several restrictive diets to no longer lasting. My doctor suggested that I consume homemade natural yogurt daily, explaining the importance of living bacteria. I started preparing my own yogurt and consuming it every morning. In 2 weeks, I've noticed pain reduction. After 2 months, the crises that were almost daily have become rare. Today I keep the habit not only for digestive comfort, but for the general sensation of well-being. How to incorporate yogurt with probiotics into the diet. Homemade natural yogurt, the richest form in living probiotics, made from the milk fermentation with specific cultures. Daily consumption, 150-200 g in the morning, preferably fasting, to maximize intestinal colonization. Yogurt as a vehicle. Use yogurt to add other beneficial foods as grated ginger, fennel seeds or kiwi. Careful choice of commercial products. If you choose ready products, seek those with guarantee of alive probiotics until the end of the validity and without the addition of sugars. Nutritionist Dr. Marsha Torres warns, 4 real benefits against pain. Abdominal. It is essential to choose yogurts that contain active living cultures. Many commercial products are artificially acidified or contain quantities insignificant viable probiotics. The ideal is to prepare at home or choose brands that guarantee therapeutic concentrations. Important consideration: people with severe lactose intolerance may choose to fermented yogurts for extended time, 24-48H, which contain minimum content of lactose, or alternatives of plant yogurt fermented with probiotic cultures. How to create a personalized abdominal strategy. Now that we know the 5 transformative foods to combat pain, abdominal after 60 years, let's understand how to combine them in a strategy. Practical and personalized. Basic abdominal protocol for the elderly. Morning fasting, 1 kiwi peel or 200 milliliters of natural yogurt with probiotics. After 30 minutes, papaye, 200 g. Mid-morning, fennel tea if necessary. Lunch, start with a small salad containing fresh fennel. Avoid complex eating combinations that make digestion difficult. Afternoon snack, natural yogurt with probiotics if not consumed in the morning. Fresh ginger tea if there is discomfort. To have lunch, mild meal including at least one of the 5 anti-orient foods. Fennel infusion after meal. Gastroenterologist Dr. Fernanda Mello recommends, to result fastest. In cases of chronic abdominal pain, I suggest a stabilization protocol. 21-day digestive, where at least 3 of these foods are incorporated daily. After this period, most elderly are already experiencing improvement, significant, and can adjust the protocol for more flexible maintenance. Adaptations for specific conditions. For pain predominantly related to constipation, emphasize kiwi and papaya. Consume yogurt with the addition of flax seeds. Prepare combined tea of fennel with lemongrass. For pain related to distension and gases, prioritize ginger and fennel. Consume yogurt in small portions throughout the day. Avoid consumption of kiwi and papaya in the same meal. For pain associated with reflux, consume papaya after protein meals. Opt for more dilute ginger infusions. Fractional yogurt consumption in smaller portions. In addition to food, potentiate habits. To maximize the benefits of abdominal anti-DID foods, some habits complementary are fundamental. Conscientious chewing. Neurologist Dr. Paulo Montero explains, digestion begins in the mouth, and the proper chewing can significantly reduce abdominal pain in the elderly. Implement the practice of counting 20 to 30 mastigations by fork. Mechanical breakdown of food, but also stimulates the proper production of digestive enzymes through cephalic reflex. Regular meal times. The digestive system responds positively to predictability. Retain. Consistent for meals optimizes enzymatic production and prepares the digestive tract to receive and process food more efficiently. Stress management. Psychologist Dr. Christina Alves emphasizes there is intense bidirectional communication between bowel and brain. Stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, which literally turns off proper digestion. Simple practices like breathing, diaphragmatic for 5 minutes before meals can reduce significantly post-home abdominal pain. Although the foods mentioned can bring significant benefits, it is important to recognize when medical help is required. Intense abdominal pain that suddenly arises or quickly aggravates. Pain associated with fever, persistent vomiting or blood in the stool. Abdominal pain accompanied by involuntary weight loss. Pain that awakens during sleep. Localized pain that gets worse at the touch at a specific point. Geriatric Dr. Enrique Mello emphasizes the nutritional approach is extremely effective for functional abdominal pain in the elderly, but should not delay investigation of warning signs that may indicate conditions that require immediate medical intervention. Conclusion: reduces digestive comfort with smart diet. Upon completing our journey through the 5 transforming foods to fight abdominal pain, ginger, papaya, fennel, kiwi and yogurt with probiotics, is evident that nature offers us powerful solutions to restore comfort, digestive, even after 60 years. As sums up Dr. Luciana Santos, specialist in integrative medicine, pain, chronic abdominal should not be accepted as a normal part of aging. With the correct nutritional approach, the vast majority of the elderly can recover comfort, digestive without depending on medicines that often bring effects, significant collateral and only masked symptoms without treating the causes. Underlying, imagine waking up without that feeling of discomfort that often accompanies your mornings. Visualize taking advantage of meals without fear of pain that used to appear later. Think about rediscovering the pleasure of digestion, quiet and comfortable, allowing you to focus on activities and relationships that really matter. This is not an empty promise, but a concrete possibility for most elderly who suffer from chronic abdominal pain. And the best starts with choices, simple and accessible in your next meal. How about starting today? Maybe with a invigorating ginger tea in the morning, a portion of fresh papaya for breakfast, or a comforting cup of tea, of fennel after lunch. Your digestive system and your quality of life thank you.